Reporting live from the full moon. Hey, is there a full moon? They cut me off. I was talking shit and they cut me off. Come on, I need some of this moon energy to give me a good... Where are you? Oh, there you are. You're way over there. I gotta wait till you get way over here. Will I be here all night? I hope not. I hope I go to sleep and they like wake me up later. You figure if it's gonna be there, I feel like I could wake up at like 4 or 5 and it'll still be... I don't know. They've done many of these to me. At least I got a bath in. And that's what I'm reporting live for. Anybody new? I don't know, really. Not with this one. You can't keep up during full moons. I guess it does kind of have to do with my last reading. Sort of, kind of. I mean, everything has to do with something. Everybody knows something about it. When I was getting out of my shower and my baptism, which was amazing. Amazing, grace. That's all I wanted. Really, I got what I wanted. But anyways, I was getting out and I heard this. I was all, Our Father who art in heaven, who kicks my ass every day. And then somebody's like, and then I heard myself say that, and they're like, I guess somebody might have been watching that, and they're like, how do you fucking get away with talking like that to God? Oh, let me explain. Sit down. Take your bra off. This will take just a few minutes. Well, how do I explain that? I'm dark. And it's not new. It's nothing new about this life. It's a relationship. However you speak to God is how you feel comfortable speaking to God. When you've known someone your whole life, you talk to them like you talk to them, like always, all the time. You love them and you respect them, but you get mad at them and you talk to them. You know, it's like a family affair. You know what I mean? It doesn't even need to be blood. When you've known someone your whole life, you just talk to them like, you know, you'll walk in and while they're taking a shit and grab something out of the bathroom like you don't have no respect for them. Truthfully, like just take off with their car like, and they didn't know that you took their car, kind of shit like that. That's a relationship. I've always had a relationship with God, not just this lifetime. But ultimately, and this is where the context is, where it goes back to my reading. I work with a lot of light beings, but I'm in the dark. There's only one me. And they give me light codes. I had to learn their language. The fuck are you telling me, Holy Spirit? Fuck are you fucking... That's why I'm always joking around. I'm like, God, the angels won't let me do my job. They're making me laugh again. They're being silly. They won't, you know, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that's it. I work with them. We all work together. But I work for God. And this goes back to what you guys fail to realize. But it's said over and over and over and over and over and over. I am the messenger of God. And I get messages through all the forms that he talks to. You know, that's what I try to teach you, is there's lots of people, there's lots of entities that he sends messages through. But then he talks to me directly. So yeah, I have my individual conversations. And here's an example. When I got into it with Marshall, I went straight to God and cursed him out. But then right after, I went to my spirit guides, which was Kobe, Pac, Nipsey, Nate, DMX, and Mike. What the fuck did you guys do? Your job is to make sure I don't fuck up down here. You know what I mean? I yelled at God and I yelled at them. You done fucked up my reality. You done fucked up my life down here, playing games with my reality. The fuck have you done? Oh, what happened? My spirit guides had to stand back. They had to take... I didn't see Kobe for about 3 weeks after that. And the rest of them didn't really talk to me for a minute either. And I was infuriated. But again, I go straight to him. I don't need to talk to someone to get to him. The gates are open. The line is open. And I've always talked to him the way I've talked to him. And you must understand one thing that you probably don't want to believe, but it's in all scriptures. I cursed God first. Fuck you. But that wasn't a language we had. I like that word. That's my favorite word. Fuck, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, and I'm out. We didn't have that kind of language back then. But in the sense of, I was the first, I am the queen of rebellion. I rebelled first against him. I've always rebelled against God. I have ruled armies that have ruled that have rebelled against God in many lifetimes. We're starting a revelation this time, a revolution. Don't invite your mother or her boyfriend because I don't like either of them. In the sense of, no, I've fought God in many lifetimes. I just fight for him in this time. And that was it. What was I doing? I don't know, having a good life. But in the sense of, this is nothing new. I've always talked shit to God for what he has done in my life since the beginning of my creation. I'm Lilith. Let that sink in for a minute. Eventually you will. I say it in every fucking video. I know who I am. I'm Lilith. I'm his daughter that fucking cursed him and cursed mankind. I did it better than you ever could. And I did it longer and better than you ever could. You think you're mad at God? You think you're mad at people? Bitch, please. Get back down on your knees. You have absolutely no idea what it means to hate God and God's people. You couldn't. You're not from hell. You have no idea what it means to curse the gods and their creation. So yeah, I talk to him a little bit different than you probably ever would. But I'm not going to act like I didn't never talk to him like that. And I'm not going to switch up on him and act all funny on him like we don't talk like that. But if you listen, he talks to me directly too. Not in the same language. But what'd he tell me about my job today? Bitch, did I not give you enough? Sit down and shut the fuck up. Pretty much. And that's why I have to have the guides that I have. That's why Pac has to be... You have to speak my language. I speak a dark language. I'm thug. For sure. I'm all about the streets. I'm all about the dirty, the sinning, the hating man. I'm all about that life, bro. I was created. You know what I mean? I'm the mother of that. I am the queen of Shiva. I am the fucking queen of hell. So yeah, I answer to him and no one else. But when I decided to play good guys, I got a whole team of people that I got to play with. And they're irritating to me, really. I respect what their respect their position, and they hella respect my position. But we all work for God. You're not above me, fuckhead. You're not above me or below me. We all serve the same God, and that's it. We all win together. If I lose, we all lose, and that's the truth. That's the ultimate truth. They need me to win to get all of their other players up. They're working all of these light forces that I tell you, the Melchizedek, this person that wrote this book, and all of those people of that order are waiting for their time to tell the world what they know. The same teachings that I know, but a different way. To talk a language to a certain class of people that only speak their language. There are people, there's a whole Star Wars community that can't wait to know that God's out there and he's recruiting fucking forces. You know what I mean? There's, the witchcraft. The craft members didn't know that they could serve God with their craft. They could still keep their gifts and still be a godly person. There's a lot of people. They work with me. I don't work for them. I work with them. I work with the light. But I am the dark. I bear the light here on earth for them. But I'm of the dark. You know what I mean? Don't get that fucked up. So in the essence, how come I talk to him like that? Because I've always talked to him like that. That's my Father, who art in heaven, who fuck up all my life. I don't say that. You don't feel the same way about him. I don't want you to feel that way about him, but maybe you do. And if you do, that's okay too. That just means you got some Lilith inside of you. Get excited. I'd rather be a Lilith than an Adam or an Eve. That just means you're divine. It means you have magical powers within your feelings. little bit of chaos and shit. That's what you're my peoples. Hey, holla at you, girl. No, we need to holler at God and fix this shit. We can't be doing it no more. That's what it is. I'm here to get the wicked of heart out of it. Why? How can I? Because I'm the wickedest heart. I am that heartbeat that hurts. Mine hurt first. And I bled it all over mankind. My bleeding heart. You may be covered in the blood of Christ, but that hurt heart that pumps, that little withered heart inside of you, that's me. And I gotta get that one Christ-like. I'm not Christ. I'm just like you, trying to be like the guy. And I turn to him all the time for help. You hear me. I don't make a joke. I learned him before I learned anyone else. Help me, bro. Help me. Help me, Jesus. The aliens aren't answering. ET phone home. You know, I call on all of them. Who's out there, dude? Somebody's got to be outside of me. Is where it starts. But yeah, you know, no, I'm not Christ. I was a whole different being, bro. He was all love, light, and compassion. He didn't carry the skin. Listen to the stories. He didn't wear the flesh. He wasn't exposed to the flesh until he began God's works. And the flesh came to devour him. He didn't walk in sin. He had made it 40 years of nothing. And that's the testimony. If you never do nothing, then nothing ever happens, and there's nothing to talk about. Why is there no story of him? Because there was nothing. He was nobody until God made him somebody. That's the amazing story. You know what I mean? And he told everyone, you know what I mean? Just that. Was the connection was inside of your heart. So tonight, my community page, I told in the video about, you know, bringing Jesus into your heart. We're all attaining a Christ likeness, a Christ consciousness is what the mission is. And you've seen it in all my books. And I know I'm teaching it to Islams and Muslims and Jews and everybody alike, you know, all alike. I'm not saying he's your God. I'm saying we're striving to have a consciousness like him, to be a human like he was, to have the mindset. That's what a consciousness is. Do you hear that? That's sort of out of nowhere. That's that creepy thing that's in my car. It's my car that does that. I told you there's an entity in there. I couldn't tell you who. I know it ain't fucking with me. I have a whole altar in my car. Who knows what it is? I couldn't possibly tell you. Again, I work with it. If I ask, then they're going to show me something that I probably don't want to see. Anyways, going back to it. We don't want to be all, you know, in a Christian church. We want to be Christ-like, bro. We want to have that consciousness where we can walk like he walked. And that's why it's important to understand his stories, bro. He took it. He just took it, dude. God said, you're coming with me. And you'll find some people along the way, and I'm going to just feed you visions and scripture, and you're just going to tell everyone about my greatness. And he sent him sinners, bro. He sent him the worst people. Do your research. They were the worst people, and my favorite is Paul. Paul was an executioner of Christians. He was an executioner. He had so much Christian blood on his hands, and he had joy in it. He had joy in pulling them and dragging them in to be executed. He thought he was being a good servant of his God, you know? Same as, you know, the Muslims, maybe. Anyways, we all serve God in our ways, you know? I can't say that. Because as far as my Cali, they're bringing blood to my altar. They're bringing blood to my altar. You know what I mean? You're bringing me a live sacrifice. I want your best. I want your firstborn. I want a virgin. I want what means most to you. You want me to give you a blessing, give me what you want. And that's what I said. In order to get a blessing, you better be a blessing. Sacrifices equal rewards. You make sacrifices for the betterment of the reward of knowing. It's a give and take. You give. And you don't take. Give and it shall be given upon you. It's the circle of life. But going back to it, I mean, I'm not here to convert atheists into Christians. I am here to convert everyone into a higher consciousness. And all of my teachings I've gone everywhere, they say that there's no higher consciousness than to be like this man. And that's where they distort his divinity. Was he God or was he a man? In order to walk like that, bro, and talk like that and and not ever be able to be affected, you have to be magical in general, to not walk in fear or worry, to just walk with no understanding. He just walked through the garden like it never, like, God was holding his hand. I don't always do that. My skin gets weary. I sometimes, the thoughts will come in, old thoughts and stuff. I don't always just stay holding his hand. But he did it with no questions asked. And you know what I mean? He did it, dude. And he didn't just walk in his town, dude. He went where he wasn't wanted. He didn't go to his churches. He went outside. He went to tell everybody about God. And then God told him, you're going to be, my example to these people. And they're going to betray you. And they're going to crucify you. And they told him. And what are you supposed to say when your Lord is telling you that these things are going to happen, but he's going to make it all right? Do you say, no, I don't want to? No, you got the wrong guy. I think you got this all fucked up, bro. Or do you take the fact that Jesus was unblemished and had no reason not to trust his God, and or perhaps at some point his mother had told him that he was chosen? Maybe she didn't. Maybe she never told anybody. You know what I mean? Until God came to get him. Nobody would know that he was God's kid until God came to get him and claimed him himself. Who knows? I don't know. I can't really tell you about all that. That's not really what I studied in the Bible when I did study the Bible. But the point is we want to be able to trust God like that, bro. We want to be able to go in and take in the worst of the worst and believe that God sent them to us as a blessing, and we can help these people help other people. And that's what God gave me, bro. He gave me 12, I can't make it up, celebrities. How am I going to reach these people? How am I even talk to these people? And then the dirtier I got, I was like, damn, are these the dirty dozen? Easy does it. Like, seriously. But in the sense of, as I was saying in my bath, God makes all things new. It doesn't matter what you were before you met God. That's where the story changes. That's where it always changes. Everybody's story changes when they meet God. And I'm here to teach you how to meet him. Teach you that I teach you him in the Holy Spirit form. I'm a spiritualist. I speak with the spirits. I teach you that the spirit lives. And that all these spirits are a spirit, you know what I mean? A fragment of God. Damn, that moon's crushing me. I can feel it on me. Whew, thank God those trees are kind of blocking it. It's going to fuck me up. Yeah, I sit here all day getting cooked by the sun, only to be cooked by the moon at night. And I don't even think it's less than 90 degrees. It's so hot, I'm still wiping sweat off my face. I'm serious. I took a cold-ass bath. If I had a pool, I'd probably never get out. I'd be the pruniest bitch. I'd get out seriously, I would probably never get out. But yeah, that's what we're trying to get to. And I don't find it at all coincidental. In my community page, in my book, they had said the blizzard of 92, but in my head, I remembered the image, but I looked it up, and it was the blizzard of 91, and then I saw Halloween, blah, 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 and I touched this Let It Snow song by Frank Sinatra, and as I got into the vibe, it's like it went from being the middle of a fucked up summer to almost Christmas. Somehow I was in the Christmas vibe, and it goes back to Christmas is not a season, it's a way of being. Christmas is a time of giving, of being grateful, of being joyful. You know what I mean? Being happy. And we can choose to be that all the time. And that's what we try to do, is be in a Christ-like way. And again, for any of you that didn't study Christ, I'm not saying run to your churches. I'm saying, do some research. You don't have to do all that. I'm not trying to shove you into a church that I know is going to alienate you and make you feel uncomfortable. I've been to all these churches, and that's why I can't get up and go to one of them in this place. not because of how they'll make me feel, but how much further it'll go after, you know what I mean, I walk in the door. Then it just, spreads like wildfire. It's not necessary. It really just isn't. It's unnecessary bullshit. But going back to it, I don't want you to feel the persecution of the judgment of the people that will tell you that you're not worthy of, God's kingdom because you're not Christ-like when they themselves are not. I want you to understand who this guy was. That's what it is. That's what they study in that book, dude. They understand that it's all it is everybody's accord of who this guy was, what he said, and make sure that message got out to everyone. So it's over and over. Everybody's witness, eyewitness. That's what a Holy Bible is. Well, the New Testament. It's everybody's witness of Christ. What happened when Christ was here, and then Revelations comes in with this projection of what happens at the end. Who saw that? I don't remember. I couldn't even tell you who wrote that book. But anyways, it was all about a witness. They all witnessed Christ and what they saw during their times. So each of the book is Mark's book, what he witnessed, how he saw it, Matthew, you know what I mean? All of them, Timothy, all of them. It's all their witnesses, account witnesses of what they saw during the time of Christ. And I said that before. If we all wrote a book about what we saw during COVID, it'd be one hell of a story that nobody would ever believe. Because we all saw it in different eyes. We saw our neighbors acting weird. We saw our stores weird. We ran out of toilet paper. People were putting weird things over their heads. We all thought we were going to die if someone coughed on us. It's just a weird time to be alive. It really was. It really was. In the sense of, that's what the Bible is. It's all accounts of what happened when this man came walking through time. And he wasn't there for a long time, but it was one hell of a time. It was suspenseful, and it's filled with all these crazy stories. And that's where it's cool to understand, and that's what you get, and that's the mysticism in it. As a man came proclaiming that God was real, and that you could, everything was real, and he showed the wonders of God. Many of us have come to do the same thing. You know what I mean? But he also told you that he was God's son. And that he was their salvation and stuff. He had a different role. Me, I'm God's daughter, but I am not your savior, and for whatever reason, they believe I'm your karma. I stand behind the fire of, in the context of where I live, meaning the reality that I occupy, that moves with me, my actual energetic frequency is placed in the flames of the gates beyond Eden, which is the flames are of justice, of ultimate justice. I live on the other side of that, and I've kind of just give descriptions of it. What's inside of here? Darkness. There's nobody in the gates with me. Everybody's been casted out. As far as heaven, can I go there? Yeah. But I don't like it there, because all that's up there is the angelical realms. It's just all of God's peoples. No offense. Again, I'm not part of that. I chose not to be for a long time. I am. I just choose not to hang out with them all the time. They're cool. It's just, I feel like the ugly stepsister. I don't know how to explain it. There's no division. It's just a personal choice. I get bored with them. They're not exciting. They're just all love and light and shit. I talk about it. It is what it is. I'm from the darkness. It's nothing bad. It's just not what I'm used to. So yeah, I can travel through all those places. Obviously, my favorite is the spirit realm because it's limitless. But I travel through all of the realities. I just wander. I'm a wanderer because the energy doesn't stop. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. So in your Christ-likeness, is going back to it, is ultimately what we want to do is release your mind from all of the negativity that's blocking your heart. It's all in your mind. Everything's in your mind. You're like, no, I feel it. Yeah, where's that feeling come from? A fucking thought or a memory. Oh God, the moon's getting me. What do I mean? It's like right on me, bro. It's cutting through. It's getting me. I can feel it. That's where I come in to teach you, and that's what this whole light workers thing is about the reprogramming of your mind and aligning your chakras. All of them teach you about your chakras. They don't teach you about the mind, though. They teach you about meditation. They don't teach you. For some reason, they miss the fact that our minds are fucked up. I guess I'm the only one that understands that. But I start there. That's where it all is. The source of all fucking problems is in your mind. How do I know that? Because it's filled with knowing. How do I know that? I gave you that knowing. Stop knowing shit. You don't know shit. Stop. I'll give you better knowing. I'll teach you the real truth. I need you to stop believing that bullshit. That's not true. That's not God. That's not true. Let me teach you God. Let me teach you the truth. Is really what it comes down to. But I can't get through your candy apple core. You got a hard shell around that fucking thing. But that's it. It's it. If you could just work through your thoughts, you'll release the feelings, and then you become light again. The definition of light. You start to become happy, joyful, free, worryless, troubleless. You don't carry all of that shit. But so that was it. The question was, how can you get away with talking? Because I've always talked to him that way. And that's typically why I talk to you the way that I do, because that's always been the way that I talk. I can try to not curse, but it's going to happen. It always happens. I've always cursed. And as far as cursing God, yeah, for sure. All the time. But in the sense of, did I cast him out? No, I tried. I tried to run from him, just as you have. There's nowhere to run. He lives everywhere. And that's because he lives inside of us. He'll never leave us. I'll never leave you. God, you're killing me with the moon. What do I mean by that? I don't know how to explain it. It's like a freaking, that light that's coming off on my head is bright. It cooks me. I want to show you the orb. You can see the sun, but you can see the moon, but that orb that's around it, it's fuming on me, dude. It's fuming. I can feel it. Oh, God. It's gonna be a heavy moon. I'm here sweating like, oh, God. What is it doing? What am I feeling? It's reflecting energy, bro. It's powered by energy. It's powered. It's a super moon. It's filled with energy that someone like me is just absorbing, dude. I'm literally just absorbing it. Imagine if you sit under the sun for a long time. At first, it's going to be a burn and you're going to be real sore, but later, you're going to have a tan. It's going to change your skin. It's going to change your skin, and when you have a sexy tan, then it changes your demeanor, and you change your clothes and stuff like that. You should. Anyways, I mean, if you're pudgy white, you don't want to be out there pudgy white. Anyways, so that's what I mean, is like, at first it really sucks. It's really sore. But then later, I wear I wear the moon energy. But right now, it's just blasting at me. I'm just in a fucking, what are those called? A sun tanning bed. I'm in a moon tanning bed. That's what I am, a moon bathing bed. But yeah, I don't know. I can't say that, I'm not going to tell anybody to talk to God like that way. But if you have, don't think that he hasn't heard you, and don't think he got mad at you. You just have to ask him to forgive you. And I do. Like, I'm sorry, I was being a bitch. So don't be a bitch then. I mean, that's what I mean, is he's going to forgive us, but we're not supposed to ride on that like that. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be like, oh, it's okay, I can get away with this. You can, but not really. Because you shouldn't. And that's just, a moral code. There's plenty I can get away with that God's going to let me get. And that goes back to my video. Yeah, I could terrorize you like crazy, and I could send the most evil things to you and your families. And I could really, crash a plane if I wanted to. Do you know the powers of the Jedi? It's mind control. I got mind control over it. All I have to do is focus the force, if you will. Light workers. I can't do this. This is so funny. You focus your energy, and you use your brain to push it out. You know what I mean? So going back to it, can I do it? Yeah, I could. Is God going to forgive me? I'm all forgiven. Should I be doing shit like that? No. I know better. I know better. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Okay, what if I knew better? Is he still going to forgive me? Yeah. But do I got hella karma coming at me because I knew better than to do some stupid shit like that? Did I ask for a consequence going against God like that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's it. Because ultimately, you know, if I do some shit like that, it's going to hurt one of his people that could be my friends or family that I don't know yet. I don't know you. You could be the most important person in my life, playing around trying to be my enemy and shit. It's usually how it happens, too. Like, I fucking hated you in the beginning. Yeah, because I'm just like you. I'm just saying, you don't know. You don't know who's behind the mirror. You don't know who's behind the mask. You know what I mean? You pull a gun, and that could have been your grandma walking in to say, you know, just on a dementia trip. I'm just saying, keep your shit together. But no, I don't. That's just it. There's nobody. I work with them, but it's just me and God. It always has been, bro. Who do you think I'm talking to in the pits of hell? What you doing up there, God? You know what I mean? Who do you think I'm talking to? Is there somebody that's going to deliver my message to God? Why would I need them? I know exactly how to phone home. I know how to go home when I need to go home. I just didn't want to go home. Why? Because he's going to make me clean up my mess. He's going to put me on timeout. He's going to make me do a bunch of work for the family. He's going to make me tend to the flocks and shit like he always does. Jeez. Go collect my sheep. Fuck God. Anyways, yeah. I love him. He loves me. It's just our family, dude. You don't have that one person in the family that just don't know how to be correct? That's me. I'm the black sheep, bro. Out here collecting his fucking flock. A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's why I be barking at y'all. My bark is worse than my bite, because I don't bite. But if I have to call someone to get you, dude, they know that if they don't take care of this, then I'll do it. And that's the last thing they want. That's the last thing anybody wants, is for me to take, you know what I mean, God's vengeance into my own hands. So I relinquish those powers to make sure. And I have no concerns that they're not doing a great job with the powers that I have relinquished. They can do it better than I ever could. And if for any reason I believe they're not, and I have called justice on the divine. I have yelled at God to tell them to yell at his people that I don't think they're doing their jobs. They look around all stupid like, did she just call God on me? Yes, I fucking did. Are you doing your job? I'm doing my job. Are you fucking doing yours? There's a bunch of us down here that need you to get off your fucking flappy ass and come, you know, help us. Yeah, I'm that bitch. I talk shit to all of them. I don't give a shit. You want me to do this job? Then help us. It's hard out here for a pimp. I ain't even got no money for the rent. Hey, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow for our moon day. If I make it through it. I'm going to. Hey, laters, haters.